flesh of his foreskin.
Yes, sir.
In the selfsame day was Abraham circumcised and Ishmael his son.
Mm-hmm.
And all the men of his house, born in the house, and bought with money of the stranger, were circumcised with him.
It didn't matter if you were in another nation. It didn't matter if you were Israel. Everybody was circumcised because he seen the importance. When God says something is very important, he means it. And people think this came in Moses' law. This is not coming in Moses' law. This is not coming in the covenant of Moses. Moses, it was a domino effect. He took this and brought this from Abraham to Moses. Let's go to Leviticus chapter 12. Let me show you. I used to think, I said, man, the circumcision was a part of the Mosaic law first. No, it way before Moses. Start out with Abraham.
Yeah.
Start out with him. Leviticus chapter 12 and verse 1. Go ahead, brother.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, If a woman have conceived seed and born a man child, then she shall be unclean 7 days, according to the days of the separation for her infirmity shall she be unclean.
God showed it. Believe it, it's very important that a woman know this about circumcision. Because she having a child, you want to make sure your child is protected. If you have a boy, this is what you're supposed to do. Go ahead.
And in the 8th day, the flesh of his foreskin shall be circumcised.
It shall be circumcised. That's the covenant. That's the lifeline to God. Don't just think, oh, this is all about men. No. It's all about the women having the boys. They got to make sure. Believe me, one for Abraham's wife, God gonna kill him. Like Abraham, Moses' wife, God was gonna kill him. Excuse me. Go ahead.
Verse 4. And she shall then continue in the blood of her purifying 33 days.
Yes, sir.
She shall touch no hallowed thing, nor come into the sanctuary until the days of her purifying be fulfilled.
This is the ordinance of a woman who having a man child, about how long she shall be unclean. I used to wonder why women used to stay in the house for about 30 days. This is why. Now they have children, they are next day going to the mall. Man, you unclean. They used to stay in the house for that long. I said, why they stay in the house that long? But when old women just get mad with me, yo, what you doing out the house? Get over in the house. These females have baby today, and they are in the street party the next day. Period. But listen, let's go to Exodus chapter 4. Let me show you how important this circumcision is. Exodus 4, we'll start at verse 24. Protect your kids. You plan on having a family, you better make sure they got this. Dad, why you ain't tell mama to circumcise me? Oh, man, we ain't had to do that. Okay. Let me show you how important it was for Moses. Moses' life was on the line. Exodus 4, verse 24. Go ahead.
And it came to pass by the way in the end that the Lord met him that sought to kill him.
Wait a minute. It came to pass that sought to kill who? Moses. Why? Go ahead.
Then Zipporah took a sharp stone, cut off the foreskin of her son, and cast it at his feet, and said, Surely a bloody husband art thou to me.
I guarantee you, she said, hey, you worry about all these people here, you about to get my son killed. She threw it at his feet. You bloody husband, you didn't even circumcise your own child. This is how important it was, and God was going to kill Moses. Now you know, ain't no other prophet closer to God than Moses. He spoke to Moses face to face. If you're going to kill him, what you think he's going to do to us? He ain't going to waste no time. All because of what? He didn't circumcise that boy. Forgot. That's why it's important for the women or the wives to know this so she can help the man out. Sometimes the man be so busy he miss stuff. And sometimes he miss stuff that's important for his household. and his life. I know many times my wife would correct me on some stuff I ain't want to hear that time, but had to hone down and say, yeah, you're right. But that's what a husband and wife is supposed to do. And brothers and sisters. You don't want to see your brother in the lake of fire, your sister in the lake of fire because you don't want to hurt their feelings. Forget that. You'll thank me later. Go ahead.
26. So he let him go. Then she said, 26.
Yeah, you're right. Go ahead.
So he let him go. Then she said, a bloody husband thou art because of the circumcision.
Because of what? The circumcision. He called him you a bloody husband because of the circumcision. She said, mister, I saved your life, but she was more concerned about that boy than anything. But she saved Moses' life. God was going to kill him. Let's go to Exodus 12 and verse 1. Remember what I said now, the Passover is important, but the circumcision, you cannot take the Passover unless you circumcise. You can take it, but God ain't gonna know you. You gotta be circumcised, make sure you do it according to right. That's why the men fought so hard, Moses 99 years old, man, let me go and get circumcised. He seen the importance of it. Exodus 12 and verse 1. Let's look at the Passover right here, how it was set up. Let's see the ordinance. Like I said, God knows covenant, not a respect of person. He ain't respecting because you're Israel. You're going to find out that most of the Israelites going to be in the lake of fire. And the people that sin going to the lake of fire going to be in the kingdom. And I'm going to show it to you. Exodus 12 and 1. Go ahead.
And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, this month shall be unto you the beginning of months.
Yes, sir.
It shall be the first month of the year to you.
That ain't January. That's the 14th day of the first month, which is in the springtime, Abib, which we did it in what, April of this year. Go ahead, brother.
Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, in the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house.
Yes, sir. So they had to take a lamb and put them up on the 10th day. Make sure the lamb is without blemish or anything, because they got to kill him on the Passover. Go ahead.
And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls.
Yes, sir.
Every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb.
Go ahead.
Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Ye shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats.
Go ahead.
And ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month, and the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening.
See, we didn't know what our forefathers did, so when we get in the new book and understand we taking bread and wine, we understand why we doing it on the 14th day. Why we still doing it today. Because they did it back then and God commanded them to do it. That's a covenant we had to do. And all these people that are not taking part of Passover, I ain't talking about communion, bread and wine every Sunday, every fifth Sunday, every fourth Sunday, or every Sunday. No, you missing the point. It's only one time a year. You just can't choose a day and say, oh, I'm taking Passover. No. It's got to be at evening, at night. Some taking it all at 12, 1 o'clock in their church day on a Sunday. Come on, man. Jump down to verse 11. Go ahead.
And thus shall ye eat it, with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand.
Yes, sir.
And ye shall eat it in haste. It is the Lord's Passover.
It was the Lord's Passover. Because at that time, if you didn't have the blood on your doorpost, that death angel was going to come by and kill the firstborn in that household.
Yeah.
Firstborn, if you didn't have it. But you got to make sure that you handle the business before you take the Passover. And I'm going to show you why I say this. It's a covenant before that. We just read about it with Abraham, which is circumcision. Very important. Jump down to verse 43. Let me show you. Go ahead.
And the Lord said unto Moses and Aaron, this is the ordinance of the Passover, that shall no stranger eat thereof.
He said, this is the ordinance. This is the rules of the covenant. These are the laws of the covenant. This is what you must do before you eat the Passover. You cannot you cannot eat the Passover before you do this. Go ahead.
But every man's servant that is bought for money,
Yes, sir.
when thou hast circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof.
That's the only time a man's servant can eat of the Passover. He got to be circumcised. Got to be. Go ahead.
A foreigner and an hired servant shall not eat thereof.
He even go to the foreigner that ain't Israel. If he's going to be a part of the house of Israel, he got to be circumcised. If not, he cannot eat of it. How many people today know this? They said this stuff is done away with. And you see in the New Testament with Jesus and them keeping the Passover. We're gonna keep the Passover in the new kingdom. 1,000 years with Christ upon the throne. Ain't that gonna change? Get used to it. Go ahead.
46. In one house shall it be eaten. Thou shalt not carry forth aught of the flesh abroad out of the house.
Yes, sir.
Neither shall ye break a bone thereof.
Mm-hmm.
All the congregation of Israel shall keep it.
He said, all the congregation of Israel shall keep it, because we are the salt of the world. We supposed to be the light of the world. We supposed to be directing everybody about keeping God's covenant. Why? So he would know them. But what we say, I ain't gonna say that, man. Mom, you gotta tell them. This is the lifeline. Go ahead.
And when a stranger shall sojourn with thee, and will keep the Passover to the Lord, let all his males be circumcised, and then let him come near and keep it. And he shall be as one that is born in the land.
You see what I see what it said? You're gonna be just like Israel. If this stranger, which is a European or African or whoever, if he taking part of this circumcision and this Passover, he just like Israel. God ain't no respecter of a person. He respect covenant. Period. That's it. You come and have yourself circumcised. Oh, you spiritual Israel. Come on in, brother. Come on in, spiritual Israel. Meaning that you're not blood, flesh and blood Israel like we are black. Go ahead.
For no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof.
No uncircumcised person shall eat. None. You cannot. It's a domino effect. If you want to take part of the Passover, any nation take part of the Passover, you got to be circumcised. Now, you can't eat of it. You can eat of it, but God don't know you. Go ahead eat. God don't know you. You just doing that just because. Only you and God understand. I ain't finna be pulling down no man pants to my, oh, you circumcised? No. That's up to you. I don't think I'm going to do it. Preach this word. I did my job. That's it. And a lot of people say, no, man, that's for the Jews. Go ahead. What do you say right here? 49.
One law shall be to him that is homeborn, and unto the stranger that sojourneth among you.
It's one law. It's no different between the Gentiles and the Jews or the Israelites. Everybody got to do the same thing. Everybody. Let's go to Numbers chapter 9. This is the covenant. This is how God know you. Numbers 9. Man, once you start understanding these covenants, you're like, man, I see why God said that Satan had to see the whole world. They don't know this. Because when I was out there in the world going to Southern churches, I ain't know nothing about this. I'm like, man, they tell me that's in the Old Testament, you got to worry about it. It's in the New Testament too. We're going to see a little bit of it. Numbers chapter 9 and verse 1. Now, this is the ordinance of the people that unclean. And they couldn't take the Passover. Let's see if God let them skip it. Go ahead.
And the Lord spake unto Moses in the wilderness of Sinai.
Yes, sir.
In the first month of the second year after they were come out of the land of Egypt, saying.
So we know what the first month is. In the second year, we're talking about the first month when the Passover being offered. Go ahead.
Let the children of Israel also keep the Passover at his appointed season.
The season is the 14th day of the first month. Go ahead.
In the 14th day of this month at evening ye shall keep it in his appointed season, according to all the rites of it, and according to all the ceremonies thereof shall ye keep it.
God is very meticulous. He's very meticulous how you're supposed to keep his Passover. And you think he's just playing around with this? He's not. Go ahead.
And they kept the Passover on the 14th day of the first month at evening in the wilderness of Sinai.
Yes, sir.
According to all that the Lord commanded Moses, so did the children of Israel.
Go ahead.
And there were certain men who were defiled by the dead body of a man, that they could not keep the Passover on that day. And they came before Moses and before Aaron on that day.
See, there were certain men that were defiled by a dead body. Defiled by a dead body, and they couldn't keep it. That's why I tell people, boy, you talking about going to a funeral, you understand you're going to be unclean that whole day now. Don't go to a funeral on the Passover. You can't do that. Because the Passover, like, we continue to go work and do whatever we want to do on that time. Not like a regular Sabbath where we have to take off. The children of Israel were getting out of Egypt at the time. He said, you unclean. If you're unclean with a dead body, do not take up the Passover. What did he say out there? How can we take up the Passover? Go ahead.
Verse 7. And those men said unto him, we are defiled by the dead body of a man. Wherefore are we kept back, that we may not offer an offering of the Lord in his appointed season among the children of Israel.
They understood the law. We were defiled by a dead body, meaning we cannot eat of the Passover. What we going to do, Moses? Go ahead.
And Moses said unto them, stand still, and I will hear what the Lord will command concerning you.
Boy, I want to be like Moses like that. Stand still. God gonna talk to me and tell me what to do. What to do. Go ahead.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, if any man of you or of your posterity shall be unclean by reason of a dead body, or be in a journey afar off, yet he shall keep the Passover unto the Lord.
If only way you are not going to be able to keep the Passover, then you're unclean or journey far, but on the second month, you can keep it. On the second month. That's why we have two Passover. If somebody can't keep it, the first month we have it, which is the first month of the year, we got to do the same thing for the second month. We offer the bread and wine the second month. Go ahead.
The 14th day of the second month at evening, they shall keep it and eat it with unleavened bread and bitter herbs.
So he said the 14th day of the second month. The second month, next month. Then we shall do the exact same thing. Give the bread and wine and honor it. There ain't no skipping this. He giving us 30 days. Just like they say, before they evict you out your house, they're going to give you 30 days before they evict you. And that's what God said. If you don't keep this Passover like that, I'm going to give you 30 days and you're going to be cut off from the house of Israel. Go get it right within them 30 days of the next month. Go ahead.
Verse 12, they shall leave none of it unto the morning.
Yes, sir.
Not break any bone of it. According to all the ordinance of the Passover, they shall keep it.
God, very meticulous how he wants it done. He said ordinance. He wants order. That's why we do things the way we do. We keep the Sabbath day at a certain time. We start the Sabbath day at a certain time. We keep the Passover at a certain time. We keep the Feast of Unleavened Bread at a certain time. The 14th day of the first month, which is Passover. The 15th day, which is the first day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread. The 21st day, the 7th day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread. And we count the 8 Sabbaths all the way down to Pentecost. All this stuff is done in order. But you know what people say? It don't take all that. Go to hell. That's all I can say. God, that's what you're going. Go ahead.
13. But the man that is clean and is not in a journey,
Yes, sir.
and forbeareth to keep the Passover, even the same soul shall be cut off from among the people.
That's a pretty way of saying God said, I'm going to put you in that lake of fire if you ain't going to keep this. You're going to be cut off. Israel got the covenants. They know what to do. Go ahead.
Because he brought not the offering of the Lord in his appointed season, that man shall bear his sin.
You didn't bring the offering. He talking about, like I said, they brought blood sacrifice back then, but we bring in that bread and wine now. We bring in that bread and wine, and it is appointed season. So we won't have our sin shown. I don't want my sin to be shown before the Lord. Because if my sin is shown before the Lord, He gonna drop me in that fire so fast gonna make my head swim. I got to be covered by this Passover. Let's go to Romans chapter 15. Oh, Jesus ain't say all that. Yeah. You ain't reading, bro. Or sis. And I'm gonna do a part 2 of this because I'm gonna deal with a little bit about circumcision, and I'm gonna deal with the part that Paul confused a lot of people on too. I couldn't get it all right here. I'll be here about 3 hours. Romans chapter 15 to verse 8. People think Jesus ain't a part of this. They think that He got a problem with circumcision. He's the minister of circumcision. Who you think that gave that to Abraham? Romans chapter 15 to verse 8. Go ahead.
Now I say that Jesus Christ was a minister of the circumcision for the truth of God.
Yes, sir.
To confirm the promises made unto the fathers.
He was the minister of the circumcision. Who gave it to Abraham? Jesus is the God of both testaments. He gave it to him, but most people don't know that. They think the Father gave it to Abraham. No, Christ gave it to Abraham. To be in the covenant, because He wanted to know Abraham. And Abraham got to know Him how? Through the covenant. Through the covenant. That's the only way He gonna know us. Read that next verse. Go ahead.
And that the Gentiles might glorify God for His mercy, as it is written, for this cause I will confess to thee among the Gentiles and sing unto thy name.
When you tell the Gentiles about this, about the covenant of the circumcision, they know Him. They will know Him. But if you say y'all ain't got to do that, they don't know Him. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 9. Don't think just because you circumcised, you in. You got to be circumcised in the mind too, meaning that you got to take this old mind off. Jeremiah 9, verse 23. A lot of people think, well, we got a circumcision. They black. We know Israel got circumcision. That's part of our law. That should be like a no-brainer. 8 days you get your boy circumcised, period. But it's unknown right now because our people don't even read the law book. They don't read the Bible. Don't think the Old Testament or the New Testament is very important today. This is our lifeline, y'all. God knows covenant. This is the covenant. Jeremiah chapter 9, verse 23. Let me show y'all, man. Don't just think because you circumcised, you're going to get in. Go ahead.
Thus says the Lord, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, neither let the mighty man glory in his might.
Yes, sir.
Let not the rich man glory in his riches.
Don't get puffed up because you got a little status in this world, you got a little money and all this stuff. You better learn this book. We better learn it. Go ahead.
But let him that glorieth glory in this, that he understandeth and knoweth me.
What? God no covenant. He said that you understand and know Him. People don't understand. And they most definitely don't know Him. Because if they know Him, they will be keeping this ordinance of the covenant. He said that you may know Him. Go ahead.
Know me, that I am the Lord, which exercise loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness in the earth. For in these things I delight, saith the Lord.
This is what He delights in, that you know Him, and He gonna exercise righteousness, judgment, and loving kindness, if we delight in him. Go ahead.
25, behold, the days come, says the Lord, that I will punish all them which are circumcised with the uncircumcised.
So he gonna punish all the one that was circumcised with the uncircumcised. So it ain't like cause you get circumcised that you free, got a free ticket in the kingdom. No, you gotta make sure this mind circumcised too, because they circumcise people, kids right now, not knowing the law. Because they say it's healthy for the baby boy to be circumcised, don't carry out diseases, which is true, that's why they do it. But go ahead.
Egypt and Judah and Edom and the children of Ammon and Moab, and all that are in the utmost corners that dwell in the wilderness, for all these nations are uncircumcised, and all the house of Israel are uncircumcised in the heart.
Because Israel knew how to get circumcised back then. He said, all these nations are going to be punished just the same as the one that is circumcised and not following this covenant. They're going to be punished the same way. So it ain't like, okay, Israel got a free card to get in the kingdom. Oh, you got to keep this law. Let me show you a little bit of the future. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 44. God knows his people by the covenants. He's not a respecter of people call you Israel. Now you get that same death as the one that is not Israel. That circumcision is very important. Ezekiel 44 and verse 1. Go ahead. This is the time when Jesus is on the earth, stepping inside his kingdom. Go ahead.
Then he brought me back the way of the gate of the outward sanctuary, which looketh toward the east, and it was shut.
So God had given Ezekiel a vision of what's going on in Jerusalem at the time when Christ sat on David's throne. Go ahead.
Then said the Lord unto me, this gate shall be shut, it shall not be open, and no man shall enter in by it, because the Lord the God of Israel has entered in by it. Therefore it shall be shut.
So ain't no ordinary man gonna enter into the in the sanctuary where Zerubbabel gonna build. Because if you enter in under you flesh and blood, God's spirit gonna burn you up. You're going to have to be a God to go in that side of there. He said, no man, no flesh and blood man shall enter therein. Go ahead.
It is for the prince. He shall sit in it to eat bread before the Lord. He shall enter by the way of the porch of that gate, and shall go out by the way of the sand.
I don't know who that prince is. I'm still studying that. Some say it's David, but I don't know. Go ahead.
Then brought he me to the way of the north gate before the house. And I looked, and behold, the glory of the Lord filled the house of the Lord, and I fell upon my face.
So he's showing Ezekiel about the house of the Lord. His house. When he's on earth for 1,000 years reigning. This is what he's showing him. Go ahead.
And the Lord said unto me, Son of man, mark well, and behold with thine eyes. And hear with thine ears all that I say unto the concerning of all the ordinance of the house of the Lord.
See what he said? Mark with your eye. Make sure you see this. Look well. Well, for all the ordinance, mean the order, the laws of the covenant. This is how I want my house to be ran. Go ahead.
And all the laws thereof, and mark well the entering in of the house, with every going forth of the sanctuary.
Because he don't want no rebellious people in there that are uncircumcised, even in mind or in the flesh. Go ahead, he's gonna tell you.
And thou shalt say to the rebellious, even to the house of Israel, thus says the Lord God, O ye house of Israel, let it suffice you of all your abominations.
Meaning it suffice. Get all those abominations out of there. Don't even bring them up in there. And this is one of the things they brought up in there, in the house of the Lord. Try to. Go ahead.
And that ye have brought into my sanctuary strangers, uncircumcised in heart and uncircumcised in flesh.
He said, you brought these strangers up in here, and they uncircumcised in heart, meaning in mind. They don't understand the ordinances. They don't understand how I see abomination, how I see sin. You just brought them up here and teach them that. He said they also uncircumcised in the flesh. The boys ain't even circumcised. None of that. And God looking at all this when he sent this out his kid. He tried to show Ezekiel this.